is if they're going to ramp it up right before TI, which I would imagine that they do.
Dude, it's the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
well, actually, well, no. Right after this, on July 4th weekend, we have MDL.
Yep.
America.
And there's 5 Chinese team out of 8.
Yep. Who else is
with
there?
OG, EG, and Clutch.
Clutch, okay, it is Clutch.
Clutch is there, really?
So I'm pretty sure OG and EG is going to take #1, but there's 5 Chinese teams. So we'll see if China has got what it takes.
China, and actually, one thing I want to mention on China as we do the draft right real quickly, but LGD actually lost their first round matchup to eHome Keen, the sister eHome team. That's quite the upset in my opinion.
And I was talking to Jack, and he's like, eHome Keen actually, they beat eHome in scrims quite a bit. And well, you guys called it. The puck was not banned and instantly scooped up. That was the quickest 3 picks. I mean, the bans came out, and then Night Stalker instantly puck Sand King.
So to me, what this tells me is that you have a couple of heroes that are the top of the tier of what you want to see. And what they're banning out instead is they're saying, all right, you're going to get the Night Stalker, you're going to get the Sand King, we'll trade those off, but the Magnus, the Clockwork, these other heroes that define like how you take team fights, we're going to take them away from you.
But Puck is supposed to be up on that list. Like, Nando's Puck is legendary in C. They, like, so much respect for him. They always ban it out. And if they don't put it on Nando, Raging Potato could also play a Puck. He's very good on the hero as well, so I think this is a mistake to give him the Puck.
I don't know if Raging Potato is known as a Magnus player in general, but he did play that Magnus that game 2, I want to say it was, of the last series. He played it very impressive. He got the very early blink. It seems like he outplayed his lane quite a bit, and he controlled that game and allowed his team for a victory. So part of me wonders if Clutch is, you know, looking back at the series, of course, they watch it, and they were like, okay, that was scary. We did not want to give them that. So as you said, though, they give them the puck, and just a matter of picking your poison. Yeah,
it's actually, so this is very comparable to NA. In the very last game it happened, it was a Night Stalker first pick into a Lena Sand King, and then an instant pick into Quab. So it seems, I don't know, is this going to be the mid lane? These 4 heroes, do they dual lane middle in SCA?
Yes.
Because it's pretty much, that's how it was. These 4 heroes were picked like exactly the same, and that was the mid lane, dual lane versus dual lane. Last
game it was like Lena Quap, that was the mid heroes, and then you had a Tusk on one side and a Sand King on another. So it's
excellent.
It's probably the same thing. I wonder if we're gonna see XctN go into that Oracle that they like so much, or if they're gonna just wait, because they generally picked Oracle when there's a Darkseer on the other side, and Darkseer is already banned out.
XctN's turn to pick.
They've been on 2 beefy strength heroes on Clutch, and then 2 offlaners on the other side.
Yeah, none of this draft so far has revealed anything big from either team. And I think the XctN actually having the second pick means they can sort of define the draft the way they want it to go. And Witch Doctor's still not really giving anything away.
Whatever happened to that Bat Rider Silencer thing? That was like all rampant in day 1.
That was the groups in general, really, especially day 1. And then it's like, oh, yeah, no, that wasn't really... And it's not even that it wasn't really that good. I mean, Bat Rider games were actually doing very well, I thought, so... Yeah, Bat Rider's not even touched here, though.
Guess just the in-tournament meta slowly ramps up and things change.
I mean, these other heroes, a Night Stalker, a Puck, they're really good at finding a silencer in the back and then being able to blow them up. And it was tended to be a position 5 silencer, which is very vulnerable to that type of play. So I think that maybe that's the change that occurred in the meta.
Oh. I feel like Fly Solo, I remember him playing some... oh, there we go.
Or they
There's
go
one of the 2. Not first pick.
I remember Fly Solo, though, playing a little bit of Disruptor throughout the group stages as well, so Disruptor could be an option here that maybe is on their list.
The other big one was the Rubik.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty...
I think Bat Rider is a very dangerous pick against XctN. Because first of all, Bat Rider versus Puck, there's sometimes you blink in and he's just like phase, and you kind of look like an idiot. And then second is... They could still do offlane Sand King and Oracle. And Oracle, we've known like counters Bat Rider pretty hard.
I was about to say LC, yeah.
Yeah, same concept, right? Now you have an actual offlaner here, and then press the attack will rescue whoever. So this Bat Rider, maybe this is why we don't see Bat Rider, because there's a lot of counter picks you could have.
LC is so good against it too. Like and press the attack is just all across the board in my opinion. It's such a great ability, really, and that just happens to be one of the hard counters that it brings to the table. So. And we've had some memorable LC games across the older regions, of course, in this qualifier so far. That what was it, the NP versus Planet Odd series?
Oh yeah, 600 damage.
That epic game that was.
Do Legion Commanders in SCA get a lot of farm? I've been seeing NA. It's Phase Boots, Blink, Blade Mail, maybe a BKB, and then he literally sits like, you know, where Tinker Wards are placed. He just sits there waiting for a pick. He literally just sits in the jungle. I don't know if there's like more movement from Legions per se in SCA?
They judge it based on if he's snowballing, then they give him farm.
Yeah.
And if he's not snowballing, then they do the whole sit and tree thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually really worried for Execration now. One of the things I don't like about the Legion commander, outside of questionable if he can get farm or not, is that you run into a situation where you don't have a vision-giving hero, and against a Night Stalker, and now having Batrider Silencer, there's no way to save him. Like that Legion press the attack, you're not going to build Greaves on Legion commander. Like how are you going to deal with this? And I'm really concerned that like when this timing hits from Clutch Gamers, where you have the Night Stalker with that vision, it's going to be really rough.
The Meeple last ban? I didn't even know Armel had a Meeple. I've never seen him play on that.
Maybe they're just some sort of cheese
They
thing.
just did not want to take the chance, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Lyrical, though. It's strange. Execration, like, they need a carry hero now, right? But what carry hero actually provides you some sort of vision?
You want vision? You could Spectre Haunt, that's vision.
Maybe.
No Spectre. Oh,
I mean, I'm just answering a question. I'm not saying they'll pick Spectre, but Spectre Haunt does give you vision.
It does.
I also feel like Meepo would have just, in general, been a bad pick here. Like, their team already is decent against it, and even like a Bloodseeker final pick could have been the finish there for Execration. And
I think maybe they wanted to pick Meepo, but then it was in ban phase. Is that ever like a? Is that a Dota psychology? Should I put myself on the list?
I think you definitely should.
Okay.
Well, they're actually Slark, vision hero himself. He knows where wards are at if he's moving around, and magically he's not getting regen. So, guess there's one of them. And, oh boy.
That's also like that's a vision hero. Right?
Yeah,
put
but
the
for Clutch
around.
Gamer, I really like Clutch Gamer's draft already.
I personally like seeing the idea of the Lycan builds where they go Howl, whatever his passive's called, the WE right there.
Yeah.
Feral Impulse.
Feral Impulse.
That's what most of them are going now. I think you maybe get one in Wolf if you're scared of getting ganked.
That,
I think most of the time it's WE now, because that the Howl is actually so good. It's a global presence from a hero that didn't usually have
the
one.
synergy with the Night Stalker.
Yep, that too.
So, Legion is normally known for his or her ability to pressure the safe lane, right? Just spam that overwhelming odd, but Feral Impulse gives you like, what, 7 HP regen once you max it? So you just kind of sit there and chill, laugh at the LC. So I actually think this is a very smart safe lane pick.
I like it.
All right, Execration, you need vision, you need something that's going to
physical damage. Yeah.
Physical damage, you need a whole lot of stuff. I don't know.
Man, if they go like Jug, like they always default back to a Jug.
I know.
I hope they don't go Jug here.
I love the Sven pick would obviously been so good. Clutch Gamers was playing for this Lycan pick the whole time, it feels like, with the Lifestealer Sven ban.
Would Bloodseeker actually
That's what I was wondering about. I don't know if it's any good, though. Like, I still don't think that's enough. I agree, though, that that's something, the Bloodseeker, that just doesn't feel... Nothing feels like enough.
I'll just go through options here now at this point, as far as who's... Oh, let me mention the Spectre. That's still available.
I think...
Spectre's going to get ran over.
I think they're going to Jug, and I think they're going to lose.
That's probably what they're thinking. They're like, well, we need some sort of self-sufficient core anywhere near here.
Can they go Void?
What's left?
Safe lane Void.
It's not a ton of damage into it again. But
it's like Void and LC is just so awkward. Oh, Tro. Is that a good pick?
That's what I'm kind of sitting here like.
I think there really wasn't any good picks, right? Like, if you really look at it, like, they just had to go with the best hero they felt on. I have actually watched, when I stay late, I've been watching Rage Potato. I know he played Troll Warlord in quite a few games I watched already.
Rolling Axes against Lycan, it provides that missed chance. There's that idea, so.
So this is the mid LC.
Yeah.
Nando is normally their #1 player, but he's a puck specialist, so they put him on puck. Yeah. Raging normally plays the 4, played 3 last game, now it's playing the 1. Like, it is all over the freaking place for Execration.
Or are they swapping still?
They could run puck mid and have Nando play it there, and James plays the off lane.
Yeah, that could work too.
I think that they've shown that they're versatile enough. But let's go, panel. Talk to me, you guys. What do you think? Who's going to take this game #1 in the series?
Well, for me, I really like the Lycan pick, honestly. I love Lycan as a hero personally, and I do think the synergy of the Night Stalker, that when it's nighttime, man, they better hide at the best that they can, get that vision in any way they can, make sure that vision's up as best as possible, or else it's going to be an issue. And but I think Lycan's going to be able to run at people, and especially once it gets this BKB, there's not much they can do about that. So.
Yeah, and this Night Stalker can bully all the support, like almost every single hero early, right? With the Void is 85 mana. He gets like 4 casts of it at level 1. He can just run around and bully the Witch Doctor if he really wants. I'm paying Clutch Gamers. I just think they have a far superior draft.
Lumi, talk to me.
Oh, you know what I think, man? I'm a Clutch fanboy. I think they actually have a very strong draft as well. I feel like the Silencer plus the Lycan lane is very resistant to what else they could do in terms of harass. So overall, I think XctN is going to lose a laning stage, which has been their bread and butter. And I think Clutch is going to take it.
Yep.
All right, well, I'm going to take Clutch Gamers as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the end of the game. But for now, it's going to be a movement into the jungle. A 5-man smoke. XctN looking to open this one up.
Dude, look at where Rappy is. He is fully expecting the smoke to come. Yeah. You don't stand there unless you know something is up.
Oh, he will break it now onto RR. There's the Night Stalker,
he
but
walks up. They both have boots.
They're not going to quite get there. Smoke is not going to work, and it looks like we should be able to see a trade-off. The applause, well done. Armel's happy.
I mean, both teams smoked anyways to place down their wards. So that smoke was not exactly a heavy loss or anything for XctN.
It does look like they maybe want to try and go for the aggro road, though, as Nando is going to be playing the puck. Heading towards mid, it looks like, and James will be playing the safe lane Legion. Trying to trade off and see if they can actually somehow get away with stealing a couple more runes, but seeing Fly Solo and Gabby there, James will be taken back.
Somebody blocked for Armel mid. And nobody blocks for Armel mid. Witch Doctor on the other side will block here for Nando. Now, there's a lot of hype for pucks, for Nando's puck. Made some huge plays, like 1v4s by himself. You don't ever see him play this hero because he's always respect banned. This is one of the first and a few rare times that you do see it, so I'm expecting a lot out of him.
You're hyping it up, man. I'm excited. I can't wait. It does look like already Armel does have a ward that's on his cliff by virtue of XctN, and Womack's just going to come in here and punch him a few times in the face.
Yep.
Not a great way to start it.
Milmic doing the same thing here. Pretty standard double mid lane kind of thing going on.
If you went back in time, as we've done many times throughout this broadcast, and you saw this happening mid, what would you think? Like back to the old Dota days.
Why are these scrubs taking my experience in mid? Actually, that's I'm kind of joking about it, but the evolution of this dual mid, you see a lot of support hero kind of skirting in and out of the lane, and they pay very close attention to them not being in the experience range. Like, for example, when the ranger dies, if they can help it.
Uh-oh. What's the kill? How does he die?
I guess, yeah, the support was out of position, got casket, and then got ran in by overwhelming odds.
All right, well, good T-Tours to start the day. They're going to be able to catch now onto the Lina. Rotation with Fly Solo. Nando able to dodge away, but still in trouble, and he is going to go down. The legendary puck ends up getting punished early. And
but he got the courier, did he?
Did he? He did get the courier.
Yeah, there you go.
That's something.
That's.
I mean, it's also -2 though.
I mean, he forced the TP. He got what, almost 700 gold for his team. You could make an argument that is pretty worth it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see if it ends up paying off fully. James still standing tall down here. Do you like the laning setup that we've seen from XctN? It's a little bit of a departure from what we had before.
I like it. Well, hindsight's 2020 with James grabbing a first blood. That makes it super good, but James, because he could shove out the lane with his overwhelming odd and then jungle a little bit in the camps, so he could econ up pretty hard. And it also makes some of the rotation for Night Stalker somewhat more difficult. With that said, though, Night Stalker is there, and they're, I think, thinking about killing RR.
They can actually make it happen. They do have RR running away now. James is going to get ran at. Boombax gets the slow, though. Didn't quite manage to find a body block, and it's like James will just be able to back out. Lumi. It's looking like the puck still struggling a little bit. I mean, is it just the matchup that's going on right here, or maybe he hasn't been playing it long, most recently?
Oh, hold that thought here. Armel gonna get nuked on a couple of times. Forces a TP. The TP gets cancelled. Sanking Doesn't have the Burrow Strike cooldown to follow things up. I think the Puck's doing fine. Lina is nuking pretty hard, but you got to keep in mind that the courier is dead. So you see Lina, he has to actually go back to base.
Bottom lane, James dead again. +2 for the silencer. Again, not what you want to have happen early on. Get this silencer involved in a couple of kills. It's why it was such a strong counter and right, such a strong combination to pick together with the Batriders. They were able to find kills early with it. Courier gonna finally be bringing out a nice little satchel for all of the Clutch Gamers team, and James continuing to just be zoned out in this lane here. It has felt like we've moved away from everybody heading in and trying to pressure the mid lane. Does this start to change the dynamic of the lanes at all for you? And first nighttime, where are we going to see Bobaks go?
I think it's going to be hard for him to force a kill on the mid lane. He's going to probably keep pressuring the James, maybe follow the support a bit. Something that Grant touched on when he was on the couches. He is the strongest support, especially during nighttime. Might need a TP up top though, as Raging Potato is diving on Rappy. Burrow Strike is available as well. There's a Burrow ship. Oh wait!
No, there's still blocked in.
Should still get the kill.
No. Yeah. Nicely done. Raging Potato able to secure that one, and bottom lane, more action going in, but they can't find a return kill on the Legion by virtue of that. Is
solo kill perhaps?
Yeah, mid lane, he's going to end up going down as well. There's no way to get there in time. So again, XctN ends up losing themselves their Witch Doctor.
Yeah, so a different Night Stalker player at this stage of the game goes for different items. As James gets a solo kill again, how is he doing all of this? Last time
he doesn't even have duel.
Yeah, he just ran him down. I think that's more so the mistake of Fly Solo. Probably stood too close to the Quick Wave, got nuked by a big overwhelming odd, and of course Legion has the phase boot, so he activates that and just runs at the silencer. I think it's more so Fly Solo's mistake. Obviously I didn't see how it went down, but I'm just guessing that's the case.
Alright. That definitely seems dubious. And, well, a nice little rotation in now. They're going to smoke up towards the top lane. Legion already in a good position. They're not expecting this with not level 6 online. And maybe going to see if they can find themselves a kill onto Rappy. Maybe this is how they got those solo kills earlier.
Yeah, but Rappy's so far away and he's got the boot, so he should be fine. Meanwhile, Smoke on the mid lane. Rotation here from XctN. If they land the Burrow Strike, the Lina likely dead.
There we go. Nando's coming in for it, able to dodge the phase shift. Still is going to take some damage, and Nando maybe in trouble with the Burrow Strike. Are they going to be able to get him down? He's able to get the jaunt away.
He's got wand. He's got magic wand.
In trouble. Can they actually? No, they can't kill off this Lina. It doesn't look like. Maybe he dies to the next Maledict type, but it's not going to be there. And Armel survives somehow. Witch Doctor pays the price.
Armel had a big magic wand, and he had infused raindrops, and that was why he lived through it. So that was very critical.
Now they can just use their shrine and head back to lane. Happy as a clam. Almost in towards those arcane boots too.
Well, my prediction is that Clutch Gamer had the better lanes, and it seems like that is somewhat coming true. Nando should be very careful. Silence through the trees. Boom back, making it look easy. One more Laguna Blade just to secure the kill. I'll talk about that one later. Boom back runs the other direction, trying to save Armel. And the reason that he went for the Laguna there is because the silence was running out. Had he registered an auto attack, Lina's projectile is very slow. By the time the projectile would have went there, I think the phase would have been back up. So
you would have had your wow moment again. That would have been tense.
So the Laguna Blade was like, it looks silly trying to get that like last tick of damage, but it was very necessary.
Well, they also get another kill on the
might get another one
top lane.
Raging.
Trying to turn this. James needs to be able to get out. They are going to pull back in. Raging Potato, a quick couple bits of damage, and no need for Laguna Blade. Armel finds himself another kill.
That was the wow moment, huh?
Yeah.
I should have faked wowed it. Learned it from the best.
So top lane, they are stalking this Lycan. RR is here. He looks for the cask, but not quite going to be able to get the ankle on it. Now he's going to pop the ulti. Maledict there as well. Burrow Strike.
These bounces, though.
The bounces, though.
Oh, he just pops his how and says, "Where you at, man?" Okay, James is coming in as well, but no, he's fine. He's not even close. How is what a spell.
Yeah, honestly, pretty ridiculous how good that is. And plus the Feral Impulse heal that we talked about earlier. Up right now at 7 HP regen with only 3 points put in it.
Yep. I've been comparing it to like a mini mech during nighttime. It kind of is.
Dire's top tower is under
Vex finds the Sand King in the jungle. It is a daytime silence, and now, okay, Sand King trying to juke through a bunch of spells, but
doesn't end up happening. It was a valiant effort. You got to give him that at the very least. Armel, to me, has just been one of these heroes, or one of these players rather, in the mid lane that always ends up getting his by the end of the game, even if he has a bad lane and Sage's up top. They're gonna go after Fly Solo. Constant aggression. Rappy is here as well. Just gonna try and see if he can make something happen. Boomback's in the area as well. No mana currently, and with Raging Potato running back in, we'll see if they can actually make this turnaround happen. Levick has shown up. There's the Burrow Strike, gonna connect. The damage coming in, and well, Rappy ends up paying the price as well. Silencer, he's going to rotate up, but far too late to make any meaningful action happen.
Yeah, a little bit of hesitation here, but from the Batrider, he wanted to get the LC, and then he switched target to the Witch Doctor. And by the time he went for the LC again, help has arrived and gave away the extra kill that he didn't need to give away. So that's unfortunate. But I think you were talking about Armel, how he always gets his, and he is definitely getting his this game. Looks like we're going to see the very standard Bloodstone build first this game. Somewhat dangerous though, right? Like there's a lot of great ways to lock him down. And since he doesn't have the defensive Yules, might get into the same situation that Mushi did last game where you pick up the Bloodstone, they run 2 ganks at your face, and suddenly you're sitting at 6 charges. So that's going to be something that I'm going to look towards XctN to do.
I feel like the timing and ideas of Clutch Gamers, though, is to make use of the Bloodstone before those big initiation items come out. Armel has been farming quite well, and Sand King still a long ways away from his Blink Dagger. Legion Commander still a long ways away from hers. And maybe the hope is that you get enough of a snowball rolling with Armel that you don't even have time for XctN don't even have time for them to react to Clutch Gamers.
Uh-oh, Lina gonna get Casket. Duel is available, and there's a Maledict on top.
Oh, Global! They did it right in time! Oh, that was so clutch.
Yo, I'm so used to hearing the Vuvuzela and expecting a duel immediately after, but yeah,
Vuvuzela?
That Global is on time. But back to the Blink Dagger timing, normally I would agree with you, but I think the necessity of Blink for XctN isn't as high this game because you have the Puck, right?
Okay.
Puck just walks in, coils, and then your Sand King could just walk in Burrow or walk in and duel.
That's fair.
But on the flip side, like we just saw, the Global could be the ultimate trump card in all of this. So it's really a game of chicken, who gets off their spells first.
That's going to be the defining factor of this game, and making stuff happen when that Global Silence is down. So key in this game for the side of XctN. Gabby is moving down here, just completed the Mask of Madness. 3 heroes. Doesn't even look like that is going to be enough to allow XctN to feel comfortable to push this.
And they're still thinking about hanging around. Nando does have that Veil finished, but looks like he wants to pick a top kill. They do spot the Puck porting in with the ward, but Rappy perhaps a little bit too late.
Now that's going to be Rappy going down. Nice. Manages to die just barely.
Yeah. I think. They did enough damage.
He died in the fountain.
Yes, they did enough damage such that when the TP went out, it broke the coil. Bottom lane, James.
Maybe gonna be in trouble. Got a big bad wolf trying to huff and puff and tear down that Legion. Levick showing up as well. He will have a Burrow Strike, but might just end up paying the price. They actually managed to find the silence onto him, and so that's gonna be a dead Legion, and most likely also a dead Sand King. Back's able to sneak his way out of there before he ends up taking the tower shots and die. Trade of towers is most likely going to commence soon. They could come and defend this actually with TPs in if they wanted to. But with Light Strike Array breaking down those trees, it seems less likely.
Yeah, they also lost coil, or they still don't have coil, so the defense is going to be a little bit too hard. So Clutch Gamer defying expectations in terms of coming in today, whether they're going to win the lane stage. They are doing quite all right, and I think their mid game is going to be quite strong. With Global, with Lycan Shapeshift, and of course the Night Stalker constantly getting the vision, it's going to be very hard for XctN to take these fights, even if they get multiple Blink Daggers.
Fly Solo. Duel ends up connecting, and that should be the death of the beginning of more duel damage for that Legion.
Fly Solo did have Global, but he didn't have a teleport out, so you can't Global TP there and just figure that, just die and try to create some space.
Yeah, the ward is going to get scouted, I believe, and taken down soon by XctN, and that, of course, is going to lead them in towards
Oh, but bottom though, I think James might just get picked here.
Yeah, Lycan, if he wants to, he actually doesn't have ulti, so they need to time this pretty well. And there's going to be the Howl turning, trying to fight, trying to bring him down time. It is going to be there.
This hero is insane with MOM, and we showcased it there. That was a strength hero porting out at relatively full HP, but it didn't even matter.
Potato needs to get out of there as well, and they can't take down this mid-tier 1 tower. It's just not happening.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, backs in the area as well. If they do come in and bring a couple more heroes, Nando might end up just getting silenced and taken down. It feels like, again, Clutch gamers know that Nando is an amazing puck player, and they've had an answer for him pretty consistently throughout this game. And having Nightstalker come in from the inside the trees could be part of that.
Yeah, it seems like they're comfortable giving away the puck if they have the Nightstalker answer. You know, 2 guys flying out of trees. Nando gets off the face. 3-man coil. This is a good spot here for XctN. Coil will break on all of the heroes. Witchdoctor therefore channeling away. Global being used to defensively retreat. Does Lumic have that Blink Dagger? No, still a little bit further away. Lasso on the left side finds Raging Potato. That is going to be the pick.
This is so bad. Like, this is the thing too, it's what we were talking about during the draft, is that you need some type of a vision hero to know where that silencer is, and even if you want to come and try and contest it, you know, the puck coil, I think, just to try and cut their losses and make sure not all of them get ran down. Yeah. But it's still just a problem where if they can't find silencer, they're going to lose the fight.
But to put things in perspective, Clutch Gamer came out trying to initiate on the puck. They failed their initiation.
Right.
They got 3-man Dream Coil in between 2 towers. They still made it out and got a kill. Like, this is the difference of the strength and mobility between these 2 teams. And to highlight the point that you made earlier, again, the Blink Daggers need to come. I thought that, you know, with the coils, that should be enough, but evidently, coil was not enough team fight.
It's just global. Like, this is their time right now. If you use Dream Coil and they have global silence, I don't know, it's tough.
Well, now they don't, right? This is going to be a wraparound silencer. Might tank the smoke gang, but they're going up north, actually. Interesting.
Now they're going to get into the fight here, and this would be really bad for Clutch Gamers and amazing for XctN. Trying to get into range, they will find the Burrow Strike, and there's going to be the duel. It's on the silencer. Now Armel taking a lot of damage from that Witch Doctor. Looks like he will be able to live through it, though. The Howl coming through. Everybody a little bit more HP. Lumic starting to take some more damage. Will Burrow Strike away, and it looks like with that XctN, going to try and escape, but will it actually manage to happen? The Dream Coil to retreat, and off the back of that, I think we're going to see XctN escape. Yeah. That's a lot committed, though, for only the silencer kill. I guess they get the tower, too, so that's more than enough.
Yeah, and in that exact scenario, they saw both the silencer and the Lina, but without the Blink Dagger, they could have only gone for the slower moving hero. But still, a pretty big victory here for XctN. A smoke gang for a support and a tower kill. And again, they need to get everything that they can done once that global is down, because now it's back up, so Clutch Gamers should be able to run the show.
And the blinks are up now as well. So this is the point where you have an opening to find that silencer and take him out at the start of the fight, if you can find him. And during the daytime is probably the best time to make that happen. It's still 3 minutes until we get that, although it's only 12 seconds until darkness falls from the Nightstalker if they want to make that play.
And I think this the Blink Dagger on the Sand King just highlights how behind Rappy is. If you look over to the Bat Rider, he is still, what, 300-400 gold away from his Blink, and he's got a 1v1 lane to start the game off, right?
He did go drums first, at least.
That's true, but still, I think normally by this time the Bat Rider, if he has an okay game, should have it by now.
Okay. Well, he'll have it in the future. The Legion, it's something that, you know, you're gonna still be able to press the attack off if global is down. But that strong initiation that you can get with a Bat Rider lasso, global silence follow-up, and then a quick Laguna Blade, just take one hero out of the fight.
Yeah. So though, I think LC is not really quote-unquote complete as a hero until she gets the Blade Mail, because the target you ideally want to be dueling is Gabby on Lycan, or even Lina with the, you know, just picking her off. But not even sure right now if LC could blink in, get off a duel, and survive that duel at the point.
I mean, even if you duel Lycan, it's still going to be tough because, like,
well, that's why I'm saying Blade Mail, right? Helps with that duel.
Well, even then, he's got decent armor. which could be a bit of an issue as well with the right clicks coming in. But I think that there isn't really a better target to go on, unless you manage to find the Lina, perhaps. I don't know. Do you think that they can take 5-on-5 engagements from XctN? Is it all?
If they find the silencer, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you could duel the silencer too, or even a Batrider. Like as long as somebody disables the silencer to prevent the global from coming out, then great. It looks like it's going to be Clutch Gamer looking for a fight during daytime. Now, Darkness is available in Boonbacks, and they are not shy to pop it.
I like this too because it's Gabby showing in lane. He can still have that global presence with the Howl, and maybe you just end up committing 2 heroes. Although they're really spread out, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what that smoke was then.
I think they did the smoke, and then as they move out the map, it became obvious, and the other team just backed off as a result. I'm getting some serious KO up in here.
Kale, it's healthy for you, not healthy for our frames though. As Lycan is going to be the target. They are going to Epi right on top of that one, and well, that should be the death of him. Yes, Lycan is going to fall. Gabby ends up dropping, and more dual damage.
That's a very confident gank by XctN. That was right next to a shrine where people could have walked in and activated shrine and could have made things ugly. And that was through global as well.
That was just the ward that was placed down there. They weren't expecting to be able to do it. They thought they could turn it, and
they were forcing Roche.
With global silence backup, not necessarily the best play. They jump in, they caught him. Nando in trouble. Light Strike Array going to come up as well. They are going to be able to find that kill, and for the moment at least, global silence still available. If they want to try and reinitiate into this fight, XctN have to get out of here.
Wow, that was absolutely no hesitation whatsoever. That was sick by, I don't even know how they had vision of him. I guess Firefly just vision.
Well, they saw the orb come out also. I think that was part of it. And then they knew where the orb was coming from.
By the way, this ward that made the previous Lycan gank possible, this is an excellent spot to place your wards because it's rarely checked. Like, you see the Sentry D ward? That is the most common D ward spot to check for stuff like that. So players have been kind of inching that Observe ward a little bit further up as a result.
Definitely. And the ward mind games are always a fun one. Well, Raging Potato has an Invis rune. See if he can find somebody. At the very least, scouting for his team. But it does still feel tough to take that fight into a global silence unless you have complete vision, which they still will. There's the jump board. They caught him. The silencer taken out at the start of this one, and now they're caught in the Captain Dream Coil onto 2 in a lot of trouble. They didn't quite manage to catch that Lycan though, so he's going to be able to hit the shrine. Although the Night Stalker and Silencer died, I still don't think that they can actually take this fight without global.
For the past 5 minutes, we keep saying global is key.
That ward.
You gotta find a silencer. If the silencer walks down the river and hands himself on a silver platter for free, that's the opening that XctN needs. Oh, I'm not sure what Fly Solos do. This is the second time I believe he was trying to drop a ward or something on the low ground. Remember, he was trying to ward here as well, and he got picked off. You have to give the wards to the Night Stalker, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's the more, in fact, now he does. The Night Stalker has the wards. He's by far the more mobile hero. He has the better vision. He can fly through trees. I mean, come on. Fly Solo, to me, is the much more important hero right now. And just sit in the well or something, or sit really far back.
They will lose every fight if Silencer gets picked off first.
That's for sure.
That being said, he's got the double bracer build. He's building towards the Atos.
Let me tell you that double bracer did not help when he got dueled by LC and got wrecked.
Alright. Troll has a Blink Dagger. That one's pretty cool. I like that pickup. It's all about like the chase now. You can feel that like frenetic energy that's going to be coming out from XctN. You have all of these high momentum pickups, 4 Blink Daggers across the way. And it's all about being able to just run at Clutch Gamers, find somebody off to the side, and then take them down.
Yeah, the Blink Daggers are actually very good at pressuring Lina. The way that Lina is built currently, she is very lacking in armor. Look at her right now. She's farmed, but has 5 base armor. And as a result, if you blink on top of her with LC or Tro, she dies in a second flat. Defensive Shadow Blade is going to be used here by the Lina. But still, that often would not be enough if there's any sort of detection.
That was a canceled TP by Legion Commander.
We're going to see a base race.
Realizing that they're going to actually go for this. A DD on Troll. They need to come back for
Gabby
this
doesn't
right
have
now.
a TP right now. Gabby does not have a TP. He has to run to the side shop. That tier 3 could be dead here. Blink, Lasso. Do they have the global? Immediately Yule's up here. They're going to try to blow him up, but keep in mind he's got the Aegis. Gabby now walking to the side shop. Will pick up the TP, perhaps a little bit too late now. Global again? No. Press the attack will bring him away.
Rappy still looking for that opening. The Dream Coil turnaround, but into the global immediately. They need to back out as long as this is going on. Leeming's trying to get away. Sandstorm Burrow Strike, but he is going to pay for it. Nonetheless, I think you get out with a lot of these other heroes. Silence. Eul Scepter needs to come out now. All right, Nando, can he play himself out of here? There's the blink away, the phase shift, the orb, the big bad wolf still chasing. Nando not going to get ran down. It looks like RR is who they turn to instead, but they're not even going to get him.
They don't have vision, apparently. Ironically, as the Night Stalker cannot chase down the Witch Doctor. All right, my heart skipped 3 big beats here as the LC blinked on top of the Lina.
Yeah.
And then the global came out. Fly solo, whether that's premeditated or whether he had godlike reflexes, I'm going to assume the latter. But his global timing has been impeccable.
They found themselves a troll though. Okay. Armel, quick Shadow Blade in, finds the kill. And I like, you know, you talk about it as well. You talked about the...
Oh, needs to get out now, Armel, please.
They spot him. Oh, jump forward. They got the duel. They're going to be able to catch Witch Doctor ulti as well. If Lina goes down right here, this one is really going to hurt. Denies at the very least.
Yep.
But you talked about it. This is the problem with the Lina build, is that she does start to become vulnerable to these types of ganks.
Yes.
She was able to get off a nice little snowball going for herself, and probably now going into the Lincoln Sphere. If she can get this quickly, I don't think she's going to be punished for it heavily by Execration.
Well, not by the LC, right? But yeah. A Blink Troll Bash is still a thing that she has no... oh, Nando is going to get found here. Armel right back in the fight. Easy kill here.
They're popping the ulti as well. Epicenter came in, but he's silenced, and BKB on Gabby, he is so big, so bad, and RR gonna get 2-shot. Double kill for Gabby.
Simultaneously, Raging Potato was able to blink to the backline and kills off the silencer. That is another thing that he could do with that Blink Dagger, but will he be able to make it out here? Blinking forward, they're slowing him down. Armel again at the right place at the right time. They used to press the attack, but it wasn't enough. And right now, Clutch Gamer is showing off the full mobility of their lineup despite not nearly having enough Blink Daggers compared to Execration.
And this is big. You take down the tower, you take down 4. Batrider has himself a 4-staff, and the net worth graph is going to severely swing into Clutch Gamer's favor. This is what we always knew could happen with this draft. The ability to take team fights well, and they didn't even need the global in that instance.
Did they have the global? I'm not sure if it was up during the fight. I wasn't really looking.
Not sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he did get taken out, like you said, but still, it's emblematic of the fact that their team fight right now is so much stronger than Execration's. And I think the big thing, too, is, all right, fine, you take down Armel, but he's back so quickly with that Bloodstone that it kind of doesn't matter.
I think a large part of it is actually just who gets the jump, right?
Yeah.
Because when Execration gets the jump, when you could get rid of the global and then continue to proceed to pick more, I think Execration is quite strong as well. It's just that in the last couple of fights, it's Clutch Gamer that keeps getting off the lasso onto Nando.
It's almost like they need a vision hero on Execration.
We did talk about it. Nando is itemizing for it. He is going to get the Lincoln Sphere, so that should give him that half second of extra time to get off his phase and get out of there.
And they've been playing well around it, by and large. You have a BKB that's going to be coming out for LC. It does have 50 dual damage, which is nothing to sneeze at. Also, the Puck building now into, I believe, what was the... he had a recipe queued up. I thought it was Boots of Travel, but it looks like he is just going straight in for the Ultimate Orb first for the Lincolns.
Yep. Lincolns is very key. I think Execration will lose every single fight if the Batrider successfully lassos Nando.
This is where it really becomes a problem in Execration. You look at their vision, they've got these couple of wards here which are scouting out little things, but eventually that's going to become less and less important. And look at this ward.
That was placed during when they were pushing the high ground.
I see a whole lot during nighttime.
Oh, more of darkness time.
Yeah.
Sure. It's like a super night. But so 5 to 10 minutes ago, we keep saying, you know, silencer is the key, and now we're going to see a smoke gank. the BKBs are coming out, and this silencer's impact will quickly fall off once both Tro as well as the LC has theirs.
RR, quick kill, and I mean, I guess the problem though is that you do need to, I mean, if you are forced to pop your BKB right like that and responding, then maybe Clutch Gamers can kite away the duration of your BKB also. Something to consider, but regardless, it is definitely one of those answers and a way for Clutch Gamers to lose a little bit of accuracy.
Well, the global silence is what it's really preventing the duel from coming out from Armel. And if you could BKB through that, get the duel off on Armel, then then that's where Clutch Gamer really have a lot of issue. Totally. Speaking of Armel, he is playing rather well. You talked about him having a good laning stage. He did get picked once or twice, even after the Bloodstone being picked out. But now he has the Lincoln Sphere finish, and he's building back into more armor in the form of a Shiva's Guard. I think this is all of the correct item choices coming out.
Yeah. As the game goes on, of course, we've seen just how much damage that Lina can do. Right now, it's a lot of magical damage, and we've talked about how there is the BKBs coming, which is going to mitigate a lot of that, but you are going to start getting into the right-click damage of Armel. I mean, even Shiva's does a decent little boost in the damage. It's really the talents that's the problem.
Yep. She's 21. Gonna get to the 25 pretty soon.
Currently 4,000 net worth ahead of the Troll Warlord. The tune of about a 6,000 net worth lead, around 11,000 experience. So next couple of minutes fighting around Roshan. How do you see this going for both teams? Are XctN in a state where they have to be too scared of the Night Stalker vision, or do you think they're okay still going in and trying to come and contest Roshan?
It depends if Clutch Gamer could find that 1 or 2 wards that currently XctN has. If they can and deward it, then I think Clutch Gamer should just rule the area, right? You have Firefly, you have Night Stalker, Darkness. They in theory should be able to claim Roshan through the vision advantage, but as you've seen in the past, if Flyslow like walks down the ramp and gets picked, then anything else could happen as well. So
Mel spamming out creep waves, bots back up top. This is a very much pick-off-oriented lineup in a lot of ways for XctN with like Legion, but they have that team fight prowess as well.
Witch Doctor standing next to Armel. In this stage of the game, it's about who makes the mistake.
Yeah.
Who is the better team?
Are still trying to get into that Glimmer Cape. It does look like finally a smoke movement, as Roshan could be responding, and we now see on Clutch Gamers as well as XctN that Rosh is up. The scan a little bit off the mark there, not going to find anybody from the Radiant.
I wonder if they saw Nando's Lincoln Sphere. That's a big part of this next team fight. If they just jump on him and he gets to block the lasso, then it's going to sneak Roshan. I'm not even sure if it's a sneak because they can do it just so fast. They have Solar Crest. Gabby just goes in.
Yeah, I think they know it. They have vision in this area and they're seeing what's happening. So it goes a little bit too quickly, and Clutch Gamers now with an Aegis in hand on Gabby. It is going to be very hard to take down this Wolf. Unless everybody DCs on Clutch. And then it'll be very easy.
So I do find it somewhat interesting that they put the Aegis on Lycan and the Cheese on Lina. I feel like almost the opposite would have been better.
Yeah, that's definitely something that's a concern.
Because Lina has such a low cooldown on her spells, she could use her spell, die, and then come right back. Whereas, with BKB on the Lycan, with Shapeshift on the Lycan, it gets a little bit awkward when you do die.
Maybe the idea here is that Lina can Bloodstone Suicide to heal back up the Lycan also, and then she can bots back in. I mean, it's a real strategy,
sure,
right?
I suppose.
Like that, I think that's the idea, is that Gabby doesn't die in the next fight, and this is more like a precaution just in case it does happen.
Right.
They can maybe get him out.
But here's the thing, for XctN, their priority list of heroes that they do want to kill, I think Lycan is on the very bottom in terms of whether they can actually think about killing him.
Yeah.
Whereas Lina is extremely killable. Again, her base armor is a thing. Troll Warlord, I wonder if he's going to itemize for the ability to blink up and bash. He's got the blink BKB and the Yasha, so I think given the possibility, I think Raging Potato is going to be trying his best to do that. Go on top of the Lina, get her killed.
Yeah. And I think that just speaks to how Armel has to position in this fight, that he can't really show himself. And
well, he kind of has to, right? He's also somewhat of the tower sieger in some of these times.
Unless Gabby's more.
Well, maybe that's why. You give him Gabby Aegis, so he just let him solo siege.
Over here to the side, it is Nando trying to push out the lanes. He has a TP available if this does turn into a high ground siege, but could be close towards the end. They're going to be pushing out top now, Clutch Gamers. See if they can take down that tier 2 tower. The last one remaining on the map right now for XctN.
Yeah. Nando now building towards an Aghanim Scepter on Puck. An item that you don't see too often, but the idea behind this is you want to control the Lycan even through his BKB. Keep him locked down in that Dream Coil area. And if he does break out of it, it is a, like, I want to say
a
like
long stun.
4.5 second stun. It's like a long stun.
See. Yeah, 4.5 seconds.
I'll take your tribute.
Yeah, it hurts. It's a long time. The other thing is that it lasts for 8 seconds, so you're kind of chilling no matter what's going on.
BKB or not, you're sitting there.
Of course, if Lycan pops BKB and then runs in, you can't cast the Dream Coil onto him then. Yep. But the idea is to get the jump first.
Just to make sure, like, even if you have the BKB on, the break stun will still stun through the BKB.
Right.
That is, that's why Puck has answers to BKB throws. Speaking of Puck, does have the gem on him right now.
And still a long ways away from that Aghanim, so it might not end up really mattering that much anyways. Backs, looks like he's finally, oh, I thought it was the Puck still. I thought he was going to be going back for the Aghanim Scepter finally, but this is the alternative build, is you go just the utility Night Stalker, and since you've got Hunter in the night, you've still got good amounts of vision throughout the nighttime anyways.
Yeah, there's an argument of like not buying Aghanim Scepter on Night Stalker, and the logic behind that is Aghanim Scepter is a 4.2k item that doesn't necessarily help you do much more damage when the fight actually breaks out. It helps you select the better fights, but when the fights do actually happen, you're much weaker as a hero, like comparing to, let's say, a solo crest on you. So that's why some Night Stalker, if they think that the fights will be very close, they opt for better fighting items.
I mean, there's a thing to be said about the fact that, like, even if you have all complete total vision, if
you still can't actually win the fight. Yeah.
It doesn't end up mattering. Clutch Gamers not really feeling too interested in making full use of the A just yet. Still another 2 minutes left before that one is going to be reclaimed.
I think this push might be it.
Yeah.
If split push is not coming.
Do you think that Clutch Gamers are under pressure to end the game? Is this a lineup that has the ability to scale well into the late game? Or is there a timing where XctN starts to take back control?
If you say late game, like 45, 50 minutes, then I think Clutch Gamer will be stronger at that point. But XctN has some like ridiculous level 25 ability, like the Puck 420, the LC like infinite dual damage kind of build. So I think Clutch Gamers should want to end the game before we get into those ridiculous 80-minute mark kind of situation.
This might just be that one time indeed, as they're hitting away at this tier 3 tower. Just takes so much damage, and like any pop the matchup madness, this jump in is already going to be there. Raging Potato, BKB, but he's immediately going to be pulled back and away. Global Silence comes out. He is gone in an instant, and Yule Scepter coming out for the Puck. He wants to go forward on the RR though.
2 shots.
It's just too much damage. Lima gets the Burrow Strike, the Epicenter. There's a lot of damage, but it's not nearly enough. They've got all the regen in the world, and the Dream Coil only holding them back for a minute.
Can they go for more is the question. 2 people dead, no buyback, and even if there was a buyback on the Troll Warlord, he activated his BKB, so he's going to be somewhat useless for a long time. That global right on point prevented any other counter initiation that XctN could have done. There we go, Blink Burrow Strike to start things off. Duel on the Lina. Look at the HP drop, but not enough.
Duel. Oh god, and then gonna
consumes the cheese.
They're all back. They're all full HP. Clutch Gamers, I think that they might have just won this game. They waited for their timing. They hit it right. Beautiful play. Oh god.
I guess everybody underestimated how much damage that Lycan could have done. He just ran up the cliff and be like, okay, I own this game now.
Pops his ulti yet again. They pull back another. Puck no way out of that one. Clutch Gamers, they were not afraid of the Nando puck. They had the answer the entire time. And with Megas on the line, it looks like Clutch Gamers are one game away from punching their ticket to Seattle.
What a victory. And just like you said, every other C team bans the puck, and they're like, dude, what puck? We'll just pick our Bat Rider, make you look silly as we gank you every single time, and that looked easy.